Alright, welcome back. Auspicious day of trade. You know what, let's increase the array of guests, and we have one more, and Devina Menon at the IIFL dealing room and has Mr. Venkatraman with him. Devina.
Hi Neeraj, and as you can see there's a lot of hustle bustle around me right now. Everyone's busy on their terminals, and I was supposed to join Mr. R Venkatraman in getting his interview, but look where I finally found him. He's here on a trading terminal, trading, and Sensex at 21,000. You just couldn't keep your hands off the terminal, could you?
No, not at all. This is, I think, after this last year's Diwali, this has been quite exciting, and we are seeing the Sensex at an all-time high. So it's, you know, how much of interest and enthusiasm comes back.
New high is going to come forward.
It's already crossed, and I think the way we are seeing two factors we think that will propel the markets to the new high is primarily because of the Indian economy and the Indian story doing well, and second thing is because of this so-called QE2, quantitative easing, this amount of liquidity surplus which is happening across the globe, and India will be a safe destination, and we see money coming into India, and that will also propel markets to a new level.
You think more liquidity will keep coming into the markets going forward from here as well?
We are quite optimistic about liquidity flows, and I think we will see surplus of inflows happening simply because if you look around the globe, then clearly in the Indian economic story or the Indian economic miracle to say is now catching the fancy of people, and we have seen a blockbuster IPO in the terms of Coal India, and that has done extremely well. So more and more big large cap IPOs keep on happening. I think India will attract more than its fair share of capital.
From last Samvat, we saw autos and we saw banks really outperforming. You think come next Samvat they'll still be the outperformers, or you'll have surprise winners?
Actually, from last year to this year, if you see the entire pack, I think the banks, the financial services as a pack did very well. Autos did very well. And among the laggards, we saw two sectors which underperformed in a significant manner. One of them was obviously telecom. We have seen a big telecom, so-called telecom war happening. And the second sector which has done not so well has been, if I can use the word, real estate. And the third sector which has not kept pace, I would, if I can use the word, is capex, because all this, the capex cycle story has not actually played out.
You think that's not picking up now?
I think this year may be the year of infrastructure or capex.
So any particular choices that you would like? Any underperformers?
Yeah, the standard in infrastructure play, I think the standard players are L&T and BHEL. So if you ask me to stick my record, I would say these are the two good stocks. In the mid-cap space, there's a small cap, mid-cap, there's Unity Infrastructure. That should also do well.
Apart from these particular spaces, even pharma for that matter is expected to do extremely well. We've got an entire whole host of analysts and brokerages upgrading targets on pharma companies. You think mid-caps is the way to go for pharma, or large caps will take the lead?
Actually, if you see the last year's performance in terms of the pharma pack, all the large caps have done well. And going ahead also, typically I would say for a retail investor or a cautious investor, stick to large caps, because they will be they will definitely continue to lead the pack. But on the mid-cap space, I think it's important for us to see the space in which the pharma company is operating and then comment on. But as a pack, I think large caps should do well.
This rally, what do you think is going to be one bubble buster?
If you look at the market at this point in time, we have not reached so-called bubble zone. I think valuations are not cheap, but they're not gone haywire. And I think the last time around we saw this market getting into the bubble zone was when the tech boom of 2000-2001, when everything was haywire, and I think prices just went out of whack. So this time around, I think there's some amount of sanity, and we meet a lot of investors both on the retail front and the institutional front. Although I think retail participation, as your channel also has been talking about, has not actually kept pace, and they have been far behind. On the institutional front, I think people are cautious. So,
but are clients freely putting in more money into the markets now, and what are you recommending to them?
See, on the retail side, I think people are slowly coming back into the markets. On the institutional side, of course, there is. If you take just the indicator of Coal India, I think we have seen huge amount of interest happening. So yes, people are interested in investing in markets. And if you ask me to pick up one stock, I think Mahindra & Mahindra looks very good. It's a play on the auto. It's a play on the rural economy. I think agriculture will give a surprise on the upside because we had good monsoons. So that looks like a good play on the large cap space.
All right, a good play on the large cap space. Mahindra & Mahindra is one pick according to Mr. R Venkatraman. A happy Diwali to you,
sir. Thank you very much, and wish you all your viewers a very happy Diwali and best wishes for a great and prosperous New Year.
Best wishes for a great and prosperous New Year, and Mahindra & Mahindra is his pick.
Alright, thanks Devina. So that's M&M to watch out for from the IIFL Dealing room. We're still in conversation with Ashok Wadhwa and Motilal Oswal.
At the Bombay Stock Exchange, Devina and Avan are bringing you dealing room views. Keep it with the channel.